Governor Collins.
I just asked her if she had any suggestions for me on the park.
We'll talk later.
I'm always getting phone calls that says the weeds need to be mowed, the road needs repair, we need more restrooms there, we need better cell phone reception. So I'm still working on the Bluegrass Parkway. I just want to thank you all for letting me be just a small part of your program today. This is quite an honor for me to be back. Fred suggested that I come, and I try to listen to Fred on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Does that sound about right?
Yes.
No, he's a good friend, as long as many of you are. Some of us go way back, just a year or two ago, okay? And I'm very proud to be able to come back and to see you all and to talk with you and to see what all you're doing. I want to thank the mayor. I did spend some time with her, and a couple of mayors have been nice and given me the keys to the cities. And, you know, I've been out for a year or two. I have a hard time keeping a job. Did you notice? I've been piecemealing for a long time now. But basically, so many of the things haven't changed. The challenges haven't changed, and it's about the same. But I'm glad to be back here. I can remember when Wendell Ford and that group were talking about the ads. Remember when they started? Some of you do. And I remember so many of the people that worked in them, and they're not with us anymore. But I am always delighted to be first. In fact, you were the first ad that I visited in the last so many years. I want to say I am. Okay? And so I'm glad to have that opportunity and to see all the talent that's here. Henry, I remember well. And so here in Western Kentucky, it's very, very important. Very important in this area of the state. There's so much. I drive down the road. In fact, Roy Loungeback's with me today. I was going to introduce him a little later, but Roy and I work together at Georgetown College. He's a nice young man who lives in Paducah. He's working with Baptist Health, and that's how I got involved with Baptist Health. But we were driving down here, and I said, look at all this flat land. Look at all these good roads. And so there's just so much work that we still have to do. It doesn't seem like it's ever finished. It's like housework. Never finished with it. There's always dust, if nothing else, okay? But there's things to be done, and I'm delighted to see what you all are doing. And the ad serves a purpose, and you provide great services. Things are changing, but so much of what is there is the same. The basics are the same. The needs, there may be more of them, but the needs are still there. And we have to face that. And we need people like you all who are schooled in this. You know what's needed. You know how to go about it. You know what the responsibilities are. You know what the advantages are. You know what the catches are. And so the fact that you all are sitting in this room around these tables, still dedicated, still interested, is fantastic. Because life's changing. The world's changing. And we all know that. And so we've got to have good people with good heads, with good motives, determined to do what's best for the people. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm glad I'm not making those decisions. I'm glad I don't have that 5 million or 50 million or whatever to look for. But I'm still interested. I'm still very much interested. You know, you think, well, we're just down here in Western Kentucky and everybody's forgotten about us. No. See, I haven't lived with a man for 60-some years who loves Western Kentucky. Bill Collins likes to fish. He likes to hunt. He likes to come down here. He loves it. And so it's nice for me to get to come down ever so much during a month, and he enjoys it. And the way I look at this, being an old school teacher, we have 120 counties in our state. It's like having 120 children. Think about it.
They're all different. All different. Different personalities, different needs, different assets, different challenges, different. They're all different. And just the fact that 8 of you all get together and you're working on what's best for this area and for the people of your county, extremely important. Extremely important. And I just want to keep bringing this. Some people say, well, why are you coming down here? First of all, there's so much talent in this room, and we can learn from each other. But when somebody asks me why I'm down here, my parents brought me up with 2 philosophies. One, you're put on earth to make a contribution, and you better be able to answer for your time here on earth. Which as a kid scared the heck out of me, I'll tell you, okay? And so every day I got up thinking, what am I going to do today? I'm still thinking that way. My mom and dad are gone, and I've been around a long time. I'm getting to be a senior around here. But I still feel like that I have a responsibility, and I know you all feel that way, and that's why you can be successful and you can make things happen and you can work through them. The other philosophy they gave me was whatever job you're given, do the very best you can do. The very best. If you'll do the very best, the future will take care of itself. And for a long time I didn't understand that, because growing up, and I moved from Baghdad, I was a country bumpkin, and I moved to Shelbyville in the middle school, the toughest time of your whole life to move. I wasn't accepted very much, okay? And so I wanted to be in the play. I wanted to lead in the play. Well, I didn't get it, okay? I got to sell tickets. I was a stagehand. I got to do cleanup, that kind of thing. Or I wanted to be a class officer, and I didn't get to be a class officer. And so I kept thinking, my mother said that if you do your best, the future will take care of itself. And then after I got a little older and I got married and I had children and I got to be the governor of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, I thought, okay, I've done the very best I could, and this is my reward. And so, therefore, I worked very, very hard to represent you all and to do a good job for the state of Kentucky. We had ups and we had downs. First female, I'm so glad to see all these women in this room. I am so glad to see you men and women working together, because when I was governor, I always got the best piece of legislation. I get the best regs when I had men and women. Men think of things women don't think of, and women think of things men don't think of. And so therefore it's great. It's marvelous. And so I was invited to come down by Roy and by Baptist Health to work on health care here, okay? The idea is that we keep building a team. You all are very fortunate in this part of the state to have really good health care. And what we have to do is to be working always for the future. You know, when I was doing economic development, which I loved, and I feel so strongly about it, we bring in a company, and there's always 5 questions that are usually always on their questions. One is, what's your education system like? Usually very at the top. If they're good, they're not just looking for money. That's their number 1 question. And usually the number 2 question after that, or at least in the top 5, what kind of health care do you have? Do you have a healthy citizenry? Are they going to be able to come to work? Are they going to be able to do their work? And if we as a company need you, will you be able to provide good health services for us? And so I know how important those things are. And the health care, I think, can help us with more economic development in Western Kentucky. I think that's one of the things that we can just keep adding on. Become a team. We've got a great team down here, great health care down here. We just want to make it even better. We want to go to that next step whenever possible. So I took their invitation, and I've been here now about a year. And I'm trying to get back into the counties just because I want to see you all. I want to see those of you that have worked so hard for, 50 years, 60 years, however many years, okay? I want to see you again. I want to meet the young people. I see all these young people at the schools, and I'm saying, we got to have jobs for them. We got to keep them here. I don't want them going, excuse me, if anybody in the room, Tennessee, Missouri, Illinois. I want them staying here. I got 5 grandkids, 5. And I want them to all come back here in Kentucky because they're talented, and first of all, I want to see them. You all got any grandkids like that you want to see, and great-grandkids? So I'm here for that reason. I'm here just to say to you all, thank you. I thank you for what you've already done, the hours, the years, the days that you have put in for this part of the state, working, dedicating your life, taking the licks, taking the lumps, rejoicing when we do something that we really are proud of. I want to thank you for what you've already done. I want to thank you for what you're doing. And I want to thank you for your dedication.